It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. They'll run for the first time with Johnson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, this is Johnson. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Yeah.
On 2nd and 12, Stick looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things that I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And an alley to run. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Let's go, D.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the Cardinals' 8-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. Murray now, 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. sacked back at the 13-yard line.
We talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Well, you know, he hated taking the loss there on third down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready up.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Brings up second and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3. That ball complete to Isabella. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. It's taken to the 26. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Here's Murray from midfield. He gets this to Devontae Adams. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, Murray. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely, great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here we go. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
He wasn't ready.
A pickup of 2 brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Niners 3, Cardinals 0.
Second and goal from the 1.
Check, 43. Here we go, D. 6.
They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more. They'll try to run with Breida. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've been punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's Stick. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Here's Johnson. And some room to roam now. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Running out of the gun here, Breida trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. .47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
At the 37-yard line.
A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on second down. Here's Stick looking to throw, and this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down.
Down. 50. Plant. 54. Here we go, team. Here I come. Let's go.
First and 10, Stick. This one caught by Isabella. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us second and 9.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Ready.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Snap.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's taken down inside the 30. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
A gain of 14. First down, Arizona.
Come on.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a second and long.
Set. Ready. 70. Indy. I got you. Pop. Ready.
They'll throw on second down his Stick. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Space to run past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Easton Stick with a lucky number 13 touchdown run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly
He's
didn't work.
lost.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
At their own 35-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Here's Stick on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Stick. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
The 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one. The big play, the field goal, not much time left. Half.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check, crunch.
On the delay, here's Breida. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. from the gun on third down. Murray. And that is incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
That's taken on the 25. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down.
And it's third down.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. This is Breida. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
58 for Mike, 58 for Mike. Get that quarterback, D-line.
From the 35 on second down, Murray. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Murray now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Murray now on first down. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
Stick back to pass. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
They run it with Breida, and they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Watch the screen.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Stick looks to throw. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. A first down carry here for Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 12-yard line.
Set, ready, 18, Gator. Watch the run.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Murray now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. That's into the hands of Reynolds. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On 1st down, here's Breida. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Niners on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now from Murray. Completes this one to Meredith. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Murray now, just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
At the 27-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory, backed up, in good situation. It didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now a toss play. It's Breida. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Levi Wallace. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, so make sure you get in shape.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on second down, Murray. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game not quite over yet, and we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Got it. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
Now Johnson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Here we
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. Rush twist. Mike, let it go.
He's back to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
They'll look to throw. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Here we go. Set. 15 on it. Good track.
Murray to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
43 is the mic. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Let's go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check. Let it go.
Murray, one final try. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop us.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for Arizona, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers.